¿Qué pasa, amigos? How you guys doing? So funny, I was just talking to my cousin, and I'm sorry I have to say this out loud, but you know more Native Americans voted for Trump. It's like, what? And I told him, I said, what's interesting, and God bless my mother, but my dad was a white man and he never talked trash about any other color, nation, etc. He just never did. Never told us, you girls better not bring home such and such. But my mom was extremely prejudiced against other Mexicans. My Hispanic people out there understand what I'm talking about. And it's just interesting. But we tried him and I said, what do you think that's about? And what I think is that, well, they were very prejudiced against from the white community and especially the Catholic community. And I think because everything was taken from them, because this is their land, that they don't appreciate Hispanics coming over and being here. But this man will rue the day he ever thought about getting rid of people, because I can't begin to tell you the hits I've been getting. So shall we begin? Thank you for joining my channel. My name is LindaG, Comanche Psycho. And I will tell you a real quick blurb here. I was just had a client, a lovely client, and I was talking to her. And I got somebody who wrote me and said, oh, there's a lot of Trumpsters watching your channel and reporting you to YouTube. So be careful. And I wrote back, I said, yeah, so what else is new? I mean, it happens all the time. You guys know this, all the other readers can tell you. I've been very lucky. I must not make too much of an impact that they even care, like Putin doesn't care about me. And then the person wrote me back, by the way, I can't get through all these emails. She got over 300 and something. But anyway, I did see this person in there. And they said, well, why do you say that or something like that? And you must just be worried about the money. Like, for real? Obviously, this is some sort of, I hate to say, maybe a Russian bot or something. Because why would they go there? And it's like, hello, you remember who I am, right? I didn't even know you could monetize the Bloody channel. Didn't even know that, okay? I had to be told by my son. And this is the honest God truth. You will not see me on my show asking for you to subscribe. You can go through all my previous shows. Other people will say, please subscribe to LindaG. But I don't ask, and it's not like I think I'm special or nothing. I'm pushing 91,000 subscribers right now. But I don't know why I don't do it. I know it helps amplify your show. But it's like I'm embarrassed to ask people to like me. Would you like me, please? It's just my own personal thing. But I wrote that person back. I said, why would you say something like that? So, basically it sounds like maybe you're working for the wrong team. Well, why? I guess you're just worried about income. I was like, okay. Hey, listen, after that, what happened the other day, and I lost 1,000 subscribers, and thank you guys, because I got them and more back. I figured it was all the Trump bots probably said, oh, we're done with her. We don't need to hang around anymore. But I got more and back. And I thought for a minute I was going to have to just stop YouTube. I didn't think about money. I just thought, if I can help people, if I'm getting it wrong, it really makes you question on what's going on. So I have to tell you two things. First of all, I want to tell you about the dream I had. I dreamt I was high up. I could have been in a building looking down. And here goes Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, and they're in a car, and it's like a parade. And people are on the sides waving and confetti and all that stuff. And they were like this, eating it up, loving it. And then I look up and I see all these snipers up on the roofs. I thought, oh my God, I couldn't even yell or warn anybody at that moment because I no sooner saw them and they started shooting. And they shot up both Trump and JD Vance. I saw the blood and everything. It was terrifying. And I remember screaming at them. And these were pros. These weren't no half-ass. These were professionals. I remember screaming, what the hell are you doing? You're making it worse, is what I said. Because you don't want any assassination attempts at all. No. But I can't help but wonder what that was about. I don't think it necessarily means an assassination attempt, but does it mean that the intel or the army or something will take him down? Something like that. But anyway, so that was there. And then yesterday I had lunch with a friend, Mark. Hi, Mark. We went to this great restaurant. And so I was driving home, and that's sometimes when I can get some good downloads, either in the shower or when I'm driving home. And I just, I was kind of infiltrating the realm with the love, still kind of with a pit in my stomach, like, what the heck? And all of a sudden I heard him say, tell everyone they must surrender. Only by surrendering will we be able to fulfill the prophecies. Okay, so surrender as far as what? And I felt it was like, try not to linger in it. Allow us to take care of this. And I felt a lot of hope in that moment. I'm going to tell you something, okay? There's a lot of stuff coming up, by the way. There's some really good astrologers that were looking at the chart. Somebody sent me their video. There's 3 of them. And they were looking, they said, you know what? Whoever that won is not going to be sworn in. So, but if Kamala was to come in now after they find out that this man had cheated or he had help, it's still going to cause a lot of heartache. If she had won outright, right now they're all happy. But this was not a fair and square election. I will go to my grave telling you that. There's so much information coming out. I put some of it on my community page. There is a particular guy that works in, hold on, let me tell you about him. Where is it? One second, under my community. EB Shenanigans, he's on Thread. I know this is just a U.S. Senate race, but if you ask me, something's off here in Montana. We know they want to flip the Senate and the House. Current John Tester got more votes this year than in 2018, but yet he lost. That was really good. And there's, hold on, there's something else that I want to show you guys. One second, let me put this on hold. So, actually, I didn't put it on my page. I'll put it on my page. So this guy, Bill T801, 21 hours ago, he said, so if you care, I have been a leader in hacking and counter-hacking for 25 years. I'm well paid for it. The 2024 election was hacked at the tabulation level. I continue to work professionally, finding hackers, and fairly often develop and install hacks designed to ferret out the misuse of systems. My customers have included numerous governments, F100 firms. I wrote risk assessments of smart grid technology for Obama and IPE protection for GE. Here is what we are seeing. The tabulation systems at the county level were hacked far in advance of the election. The hack was probably written into the code even before the code was installed. It will have a when function and if then function to have the machine force a balance to a given outcome within a specific window of time. You should test the machines 1,000 times before election night, and the result should be correct. If you run it during the time window, the force balancing will be turned on, and regardless of your input, will get a programmed output. It's very simple to prove this. Take the two most outlandish precincts results from any county and just hand count the ballots. They won't match the tabulation output. From what I'm seeing, you will find 8 to 11% average shifts from Dem to Republican. Be sure to check the heavy red areas, easy to cover up. I run up the score. That's how it was done in Ohio versus Kerry. GOP flips in already highly red areas. Now, why the bomb threats? They were not to allow for hacker access. The program was already in place. They were to break chain of custody and produce legal grounds to not trust a recount. Ooh, this makes total sense, you guys. Every place that got a bomb threat is the place that courts will now have to consider the factual argument of whether the ballots could have been tampered with while the evacuations were going on. They weren't, but that is the argument the GOP will make to prevent recounts. I used to appear on Lou Dobbs back when he was at CNN discussing hacking, including the voting machines. I helped get machines into researchers' hands. Every single one of them were shocked and horrified how simple hacking the machines was. But somehow the public has refused to engage. And now the full-blown fascist takeover is underway. And they did it by hacking the tabulation machines as described. Please engage. I will lend any expertise if asked, but be aware that these people are sociopaths who will kill you. They have done so to others. Act accordingly. And it was relatively easy, perhaps 300 to 500 tabulators of 3 types within 24 months of prep. You just saw 3,000 comms device of 4+ types hacked with software and installed explosives. These were set off in waves and specific times to destroy Hamas. Same thing here. My personal record, a team of 4, 11 months total operation time. We hacked 500 point of sale credit card machines to install edit tracking software, allowing the units to work correctly, while also creating traces to catch CC money laundering, which the retailer was in on. Wow. Same thing as election 2024. And finally, let me say again, this is a simple, stupid, easy to prove back. Hand count most suspected 2 precincts in each county. They won't match. And FWIW, I am currently working on a much harder hack, larger in scale, much better executed. This election hack is just about political will. He sent all this info to Mark Elias, John Fetterman, Lawrence O'Donnell, Rachel Maddow. I'm glad he did. And by the way, he's including a letter from Shapiro. And by the way, did you see that one of the senators they said went to a repute, turned around and went to the incumbent, a Democrat? This is a formal duty to warn letter per DNI, Dr. Clapper's 2015 directive to all agencies and contractors associated with intelligence and financial agency technologies. I have a duty to warn of suspicions of hacking. It's starting, you guys. And somebody sent me these links to these 3 astrologists. If you want me to post it, let me know. Of course, you'll be one of 4,000 emails. But anyway, I should put that on there. And I should put this guy, at least his first. He's on Threads. And hold on. He's on Threads and he's Bill, B-I-L-L-T. It's all undercase. Bill T 801. And just follow it. Oh my God. Here we go. Let me copy his share to copy. And let me take him over here to my community page on YouTube. Here we go. I think I posted the letter from Shapiro. I'm telling you, they took both houses. I'm telling you, this is what we saw. But it's interesting. They show you when we ask who won, we don't say who's going to cheat to win, and then it would show Trump. So I wanted to tell you guys about that. And thank you for input. And also that dream. I'm going to ask real quick about that dream. And also, oh, Marianne is sizzling. Marianne, revealing light. She's hot. She's really good. And we're all a little bit shooken up because it makes you kind of, but I trust my guides. Look what they said when I was driving yesterday. Surrender. And that's what I did with my cancer when I was begging for my life. And they said, you know, there's no such thing as death. And I said, yes. I felt embarrassed, like, yeah, you're right. It's like that, surrender. I did. I surrendered myself to the realm. And that's when something happened to me. That's when I became so connected. I've never been the same. I'm totally changed. So I'm still a little sassy though. Surrender. So if you catch yourself thinking and overthinking, you guys, let's just hand it over. Turn the TV off, hand it over, love our families, read good books. Just ask that if you can't do it, ask them to help you to surrender and know beyond a reasonable doubt that this too shall pass. Because based on that dream with the shooting, and I mean, I think it's pretty much saying that they'll both be taken out. And it could be some big event. Remember how we saw him being removed in handcuffs? Because this man stole from the United States and he's giving intel. I tell you, Jack Smith is working double time on this. This is huge. And they know, and they're not talking out loud about what they're investigating just yet. Because I can't believe they would just lay down and allow. Well, that's surrender, right? But they've got to know that this didn't make sense. How was there so many less votes? Trump didn't even win by the amount he won in 2020. So, okay. Tell me about that dream with the shooting. Can you give me any kind of help, my lovely angelic forces? What exactly does that mean? What exactly does that mean? So these astrologers, 3 of them, and they were talking the astrology language that I don't understand, but they were saying that whoever was voted in will not be the one to on January 20th that goes in. And a lot of people, including Violetta, sees that White House empty. Something's going to happen. They may decide to do so many recounts and that they have to keep Biden in to cover because it's going to take longer. Something's getting ready to happen. I can feel it, taste it, smell it. And that could just be what that dream meant. It could be that they're going to get blown away because the professionals on the roof, the professional snipers, aren't going to put up with it. Because right now, the military is worried. They don't want him telling you go kill Americans. They don't want that. But God forbid, even if he goes in, okay, it's going to be something that won't destroy us. One thing you do know is that he'll manage there won't be any war, but I see Iran really going after Trump and Netanyahu. But Biden is really helping Zelensky right now. But Zelensky had to be nice. He's semi-agreeing right now that he'll do 20 years, no NATO. I got to look at Putin too. Let me write that down. Putin's getting ready to go. Okay, so what does it mean? You get what you deserve. What goes around comes around. You get back what you put out. What does it mean? Happiness. Everybody's riding the horse of success. But this is some sort of ending. Something is getting ready to happen. I told you. She's like, I don't want anybody to die. I really don't. Because we don't need to. I don't know though, but maybe they're saying that in order to end all this, it has to be ended totally. So I don't know. But we're coming out of a place of being tied. And this is more of a springtime card. As prophesied, this is something that was supposed to take place. And this is Trump. So something's getting ready to happen. They're going to try their dangest. They're going to try their darndest to stop Midas Touch and all kinds of places. They want to stop people telling the truth. And that will not take place. I can guarantee it. Do you know people would rather die than have to put up with this nonsense? People, I see heroes. I see heroes standing and saying no. I see even secretive write-ups coming out, but it's like, shh, quiet, quiet. He'll be furious. They aren't the least worried. I see him, everybody's saying he's awfully quiet. Well, he's playing golf and eating and just glad he doesn't have to make any announcement. Worry about healthcare, though. So many people are they have nothing to put in place. Not a thing. Oh, what's his face is gleeful. Okay, so let me ask about, okay, I just asked about what that dream meant. Something that's going to happen, something will change. That dream meant some sort of physical, emotional, spiritual change. Now I want to ask about Putin. Why do I get, he says, yes, we're very happy about Trump, and he will be here to thank me. Because, he's the one that did it all for him. Everybody's afraid of Putin. I told you guys that story Marianne said. I believe it was Marianne, about that person she knew that was in Russia. This is years ago. That was a journalist, and apparently said some pretty tough stuff about Putin. And he asked to see her. I think it was her birthday even, to come to wherever he was to see her. She thought, oh, she was nervous, I'm sure, but wow, okay. Do you know he went in there and just looked at her and took his gun and shot her? A young woman, snuffed out. So right now, Putin's riding on the horse of success, but he's lying and cheating. See, I think they're worried about if they start counting ballots, because then they're going to get called out. So if this guy is sending this stuff to Midas Touch and to Fetterman and to all these people, and they don't do a thing about it, something's wrong. Why would it? Maybe the Democrats are saying, you know what? F around and find out. Let them go ahead and think they're king for a day. Maybe they already have something in place that they had plan B in case he won. And surprise, surprise. Because remember, the United States, I really think it was, well, this is my own opinion for entertainment purposes only. I really think the assassination of JFK was not Cuba. It was an inside deal. I mean, now all these people are telling the truth, but even JFK was an inside deal. And if they can do stuff like that, take out presidents and senators, who's to say they're not going to start it again? And that's the hard part. You don't want that kind of stuff happening. But they could be that desperate for the lack of our constitutional rights for our democracy. Like, we've got to get rid of this evil. So we'll see. I'll just put it out there. But I think it's more because I see Trump red-faced and furious, talking trash. I want to look at Gavin Newsom too, because he's got a mouth and I kind of worry about him. Okay, before we hit Gavin Newsom, let's look real quick at the IRS. Is it even going to be around? Is he going to try to get rid of? Okay, let me tell you something I got too early this morning. All this prisons and sending people away, he's not going to be able to do that. He may get a group of people, but he's not going to be able to do Armageddon with it. I don't know why I heard it as clear as day. He won't have the financial money, and a lot of people just won't back him up because they don't want to have to do that. It's a lot of family and friends and illegals, yes. But people who work here and pay Social Security and taxes, I don't see it. I could be wrong. They may attempt it, but they were even saying if you married immigrant, that person has to go. They don't care if you're married. So pack your bags, Melania. So now I want to know about the IRS, but I just don't see him. He wants to do the border again. He could rip off America so financially bad that we just plummeted. But he's looking for money to pay for these. Tell me about the IRS. No, the IRS is still holding strong. He'll talk about it in the future. But the thing is, he's not going to help the middle class. He's not doing a bloody thing. People are just going to hang in there, you guys. Some new person will be involved with the IRS. But it's interesting with the star and the 10 of cups, maybe the IRS is in check because he's not the president. Magic. So, and also I kept feeling like illegal immigrants. But remember, Biden tried to put out a position that was written by one of his most conservative senators, and Trump said no. Okay, so Gavin Newsom. Somebody was talking about California. You know, I live in California. And they said, you know, there's cities and states like Massachusetts and Connecticut that are so expensive. They're like one of the highest place. They have GDPs that are through the roof. And what is he going to be able to do? Trump is fantasizing about having him arrested. That would be a constitutional break. I can see like Frankenstein, the people with the fire poles and the axes and everybody coming out saying, not towards Gavin, that telling Trump, knock it off. I see a lot of protests too, by the way. I hadn't been seeing it. It's interesting. We've had some protests like in Philadelphia, but you're going to see some more stuff because he's going to start hitting people where it hurts. He seems to think he can put in things in place right now, but he's not president yet, so he can't. Rumor is, and I can't vouch for this, but that Biden the other day met with top brass, including constitutional lawyers, about what it means to have immunity. So FYI, and somebody said he was on the show the other day and he was almost dancing. He was so happy. That can't be happiness because of Trump. So tell me about Gavin Newsom. Tell me about Gavin Newsom. Well, he's going to change some things. There's some changes here. Um, Here he is working away. 10 of Pentacles, he's making money stay. He might even just say, we're not going to pay you, sucker. You don't want to pay us. Because if they don't show, like, he's going to get rid of all the what do you call them? Employees, civil service employees, unless they fill out some form showing they're totally connected to Trump. They have to show that they got to kiss the ring. And let me tell you something, you guys out there that have families, and if you do it, I totally understand. And nobody will blame you if you have to, lie and say you really like them, but you just do it because you need the check, you need to feed your family, you got Christmas coming up. I think a lot more people will say, "Oh, kiss the ring," than not. He's got some sort of, there's some parts of him I don't like. Sorry, you guys. The way he let the insurance companies run all over us. But he's got some sort of hope or agency to help us. And he's looking at the world. So even if Trump doesn't stay, he's going to do something that's pretty significant. He's not bad. It's not bad at all. Okay? It's not bad at all. Okay. Angels of Light and Mercy. Is there anything? I have to go to do a show tonight. So nice meeting everybody. Oh, real quick. You guys were asking about that Trump donor that was arrested. Let's look at that. See, because if Trump's in office, he'll say, drop it. Leave him alone. But this guy did something. I'm feeling this is where the real pulse is going to happen between Giuliani and Trump and Elon Musk. Is they're working, what Elon Musk was on the horn with Putin every day. What American citizen, or he's not even American, and Trump was on the horn? Why would they allow that? That's traitor. That's being a traitor. So this guy's a traitor. He worked out of Mar-a-Lago. Oh, they're looking at something. Hold on, let me look. Trump donor. They're all, Mike Flynn is patting him on her. Don't worry, the boss will get you out. But they're going to expedite something here. I see a lot of stuff Trump's done coming out in the public. So that could be Jack Smith even. Merrick Garland is part of the Federalist Society, and I always thought he would be a good lad, but he deliberately sat on a lot of this. And yet that's the first person that Trump's going to fire, so whatever. There's a lot of information coming out about this, and justice will be served. I don't care if Trump manages to get it put on hold for a little bit, but it's almost like, what a bunch of idiots. Why didn't you guys bring this up earlier? It's a fool's errand. There's trouble coming, you guys. And don't forget, Putin isn't long. I don't know why, I can just tell you. Somebody tells me there was an assassination tip. Someone shot at him in a car. But he's paranoid, but it's TikTok. I don't know if he's going to die. But I just see that Russians just saying no more. Okay, so Angels of Light and Mercy. Is there anything else you want me to tell everybody besides surrender? Because they cannot work through you if you're in a constant angst like I was. It's almost like they're doing a group hug for the world. So many other nations are frightened with you. Call upon us, we are here. But don't overthink it. And it's not going to happen exactly as you think. So many things are coming up. But in order for us to work and flow through the energy, you have to surrender. You have to allow us to do this. And we will help you out. It's just like people who write me about money, that they're broke and I can't afford the rent stuff. It's hard to explain to them about this surrender thing, but it works. If you surrender and say, I know that you'll take care of this, it's like they do something. So believe in magic, believe in repair. Oh God, they had this woman, somebody sent me the link. Some guy was interviewing her and he worked for the government. He said, so tell me, and she said, oh, well, I want Trump to win because he's even gonna take care of you people, you colored people. He said, you realize it's very rude to say that. Well, he is. He's going to make America great again. He didn't make America great the 4 years he was in there before. So she's this young woman, they blocked out her face. She worked at a polling place and some lady caught her walking out to the dumpster and she took pictures. And you see her dumping ballots in. And then she went back inside and she went up to the dumpster and took pictures and they were all Kamala votes. So they were reporting her to the polling place. So of course she was fired. But they told her, so now we're going to put you under arrest. She could not believe it. She was totally shocked. What are you talking about? Why? Why? Because it's a federal offense to, do something like that with the votes. She absolutely did not get it. But they put her in handcuffs and they were taking her out. But that's the theme between Stu and me, of that kind of energy coming, that you will cheat, you will lie, you'll do whatever you need to do to get the master in. And maybe what we need is for him to get in office and give them a what for, because he doesn't care about these people. Not at all. Only his buddies that'll pay him for government lands and national institutions to drill on. We'll probably have a nice oil well over there in front of the White House. But a lot of this stuff that he's thinking he can do will take a lot more time than you know. And I feel him being blocked at every point if he gets in. So, I got to tell you, there's something that's going to happen there, especially since I saw that parade. Either he's getting in office and he gets taken out, or doesn't even make it. But these people were professionals. These people were like intel. These weren't people who didn't know what they were doing. Because the other people that were attempting to hurt him weren't professionals. If they really wanted to hurt him, they'd have sent in a professional. So, okay, you guys. Love you, love you, love you. I'll catch you again. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow, but I'll definitely be on Monday with Mel.